Camilla's top campaign spokesman confirms Kamala still supports fracking ban despite her fracking flip-flop. This is why you can't trust anything that comes from her or her administration. They go back and forth, back and forth. It depends on the audience that she's talking to. So we really don't know where she stands, really, politically. We have some kind of idea. We know the policies that her and Biden been pushing. We know about what she talked about during 2020 when she was running for president. We know she was the most leftist senator in the government when she was a senator. So we do know that, but ultimately she won't stand firm on what she really believes and where she stands. This is crazy. So we're gonna talk a little bit about it. We're gonna play the video. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account where I post news there as well. All right, so let's talk about this news. This comes from the Gateway pundit's Jim Hoft, and he reports, yes, Comrade Kamala Harris still supports a ban on fracking. Her top campaign spokesman just confirmed this during an interview with CNN. And I was on Reddit arguing with someone about a week or two ago about this. He was saying she doesn't support that. What are you talking about? Like, you don't even know what she really do support. What are you talking about? One instance, she's saying she's want to ban fracking. We got the video clip of her saying that. And in another instance, she have her surrogates and so-called officials come out saying that she's against it. And now we got another one coming out saying that she's for it. We really don't know, honestly, where she stands. How can you vote for someone like that? She's a weather vane. She just goes wherever the wind blows. But in the first part of the interview, Tyler sidesteps questions from CNN's John Berman regarding Harris's shift in position on fracking. As Berman pressed the issue, Tyler confirmed that Harris has not, quote, changed her mind on the fracking ban, despite recent attempts by her campaign to suggest otherwise. So let's play that. Let's play that clip here. All right, here we go.
I think everyone's very excited that the Vice President and Governor Walz are sitting down for an interview, their first joint interview, with a member of the broadcast media since.
First, I'm gonna make the same point that I made yesterday. Why does he need to be there? We want to hear from Kamala. We don't need Walz there holding her hand. That it just again, they don't trust her to be on her own to do an interview like this. I told y'all how incompetent she is.
Since she became the candidate for president, it's going to happen right here on CNN. I don't want to jump the gun on too much of it, but I do want to ask about at least one policy area that I imagine will come up at some point, which is fracking. The vice president has changed her position on fracking in Pennsylvania. Do you know why she's changed her position?
Listen, I mean, she's been very clear here. She's proud of the work that she's done as a...
How did he come out the gate and say she's very, very clear here? Just by his questioning here, she has not been clear. We don't know where she stands on this.
Part of this administration, making sure that American energy production is at an all-time high. We want to continue that progress into her first term in office.
Hold on. So why, if that's the case, if she wanted to make sure energy is at an all-time high, how come they're not giving out leases like Trump administration was doing to have new fracking, to have new look out for more oil? These are lies. These are lies. All you have to do is just look at the policy that they have in place now.
This here, and again, I think whether it's energy policy, economic policy writ large, that you have a fighter in Kamala Harris who is actually keeping the interests of the American people front and center. Coming together to bring people together in search of solutions that actually improve people's quality of life, improve our economy, improve energy production. I think that stands, again, in stark contrast to Donald Trump, who may say one thing when he's in Pennsylvania, may say one thing out on the stump. But frankly, if you look at the totality of his economic agenda, his Project 2025 agenda writ large, the only solutions are those that benefit people at the very top. billionaires, rich folks like Donald Trump, the wealthiest corporations, nothing for the American worker, nothing to actually improve the lives of the American people and our consumers. So again, I think the contrast is pretty clear.
I'll come back to Project 2025 in just a second. 2025 in just a second here. But on fracking, was there something that changed her mind specifically during the 4 years of the Biden presidency?
No, listen, again, the vice president is very proud of the Biden-Harris administration's record on energy production and the economy writ large. She wants to continue to build upon the progress that we've made here. That goes for energy production, and it goes for...
See, continue the same policies. It's the exact same policies as what we've seen in the past 3.5 years, which means shutting down power plants, shutting down coal plants, no looking for oil, no new leasings for oil. So we already so he admits it that it's the same policy. The only thing changing is instead of an incompetent old man, there's an incompetent person of color. I don't want to call her a black woman because we all know that she's really not black. But an incompetent person of color. That's the only difference. The policy stays the same. So the question would be is, who would really be running the White House? Because it definitely won't be Kamala Harris.
For the economy across the board, right? She's proud of the 15 million new jobs that have been created, of the 800,000 manufacturing jobs that have been created. She wants to continue that work, and not just on energy production, as she laid out a couple of weeks ago in North Carolina, the work that we're doing to lower costs for folks, right? It's about job creation, but also about making sure that we are lowering costs for the American people, whether that's groceries, whether that's energy production, whether that is the cost of housing, both.
Why isn't she doing it now? Why is the administration not doing it now? They've been in office for 3.5 years, and we're still talking about lowering costs. If it hasn't happened now, why do you think by giving them another 4 years is going to all of a sudden happen?
For renters and for buyers, you have one candidate in this race who is actually focused on finding solutions, bringing people together, and you have another candidate who is focused on exacting a dangerous and extreme ideological Project 2025 agenda, and that's Donald Trump.
It has already been disproven. Donald Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025. It was the Heritage Foundation, and the person who came up with the Project 2025 is no longer with the Heritage Foundation. Trump distanced himself from that. Trump has a whole entire policy called Agenda 47. Has nothing to do with Project 2025. Why do they keep bringing this stuff up? Why do they keep lying to the American people?
All right. Again, I imagine the fracking thing will come up again in the future, but
I mean, this is despicable, despicable work here. I don't understand why anyone in their right mind will vote Democrat, because these people are so deceitful. These people are lying to you. But just last month, the Harris campaign claimed that she was no longer in favor of banning fracking, a significant policy reversal meant to placate voters in key swing states like Pennsylvania, according to the New York Post. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro defended this abrupt shift at the Democratic National Convention, claiming that Harris had, quote, listened to people, and now all of a sudden she supports continued natural gas extraction in the Keystone State. Quote, Kamala Harris did say that in 2019, and then she showed up in Pennsylvania a whole bunch, Shapiro stated during an interview with CBS. A whole bunch? I appreciate the fact that she listened, and I appreciate the fact that her position evolved. Well, according to her surrogate, it hasn't evolved. According to Trump's campaign, it said it's clear Kamala's support for a fracking ban hasn't moved an inch, even as anonymous aides desperately attempt to walk it back. And that's the key. It's anonymous. It's people we don't even know who claim that she no longer believe in fracking. She never came out her mouth and said that she doesn't believe in fracking. But a fracking ban would devastate states like Pennsylvania, the third largest fossil fuel producing state, where fracking accounts for tens of thousands of jobs, and the oil and natural gas industry accounts for 93,000 jobs and support hundreds of thousands more. So who do you think Kamala Harris is really for? You think she's for that green agenda, which she helped co-sponsor, where they want to get rid of fracking? Or do you think all of a sudden she has a change of heart and she cares about protecting people's jobs? Come on, man. It's all part of the destructive Harris-Walz energy agenda, which will destroy energy independence and exponentially raise electricity costs, which are already up 30% under Kamala. Kamala supports mandating a net zero energy policy, which will ultimately make energy much more expensive. She also supports a carbon tax, electric vehicle mandate, and ban on gas-powered vehicles while backing the Harris-Biden administration power plant shutdown. And this is what I was alluding to. While we're shutting down power plants, countries like China are building more power plants. While a Harris-Walz presidency guarantees a no-growth future, I love how they put that, President Trump will unleash the power of American industry, roll back the regulatory stranglehold, and restore American energy dominance once again. And I'm all for being energy independent, which we were under Trump until Biden took over. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.